साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। We are in Gyaneshwari, chapter 11, verse number 50, and here we have seen in the 47th and 48th verse and 49th verse what the Lord has said. Arjuna, having got the Vishwarup Darshan, the cosmic form of the Lord, which was very, very terrible for Arjuna, because he saw all the creation, the destruction, and his mind got overwhelmed with that experience, and he requests the Lord, "O Lord, please show me your pleasing form." And which is that pleasing form? Shankha, Chakra, Gada, Padma, the four-armed Chaturbhuj form. And the Lord here, and when he asks that, and why he says, "Thank you for giving me," and in spite of seeing the cosmic form which was terrible, terrible means very overpowering, awesome, fantastic, terrible. While he is observing this cosmic form, he is thrilled, at the same time fearful of the cosmic form, yet he has the acumen to pray to the Lord that please show me your normal form, the way I know you, because I like that. I'm used to that one. This form I'm not used to. And then the Lord says, "Maya prasannena tavarjuna edam rupam param darshitam atma yogat tejo mayam vishwam ananta madhyam yanme twadanyena na drushtapurvam." The Lord says, "I will certainly show you my normal form, the Chaturbhuj form, the way you have seen me all your life. This cosmic form," here it says, "and why will I show it to you? And why have I shown you the cosmic form? Not because you have heard the previous 10 chapters. Not because you have done any tapasya. Not because you have done any study of the scriptures." He says, "This cosmic form I show to anyone only because I feel like." The word is not "I feel like," it is because of my own grace. I show it to any person. You are the first person I am showing it to you, because I love you very much. Maya Prasana, you have pleased me by being who you are, and I am pleased with you. And why is Lord pleased with him? Because Lord is all the time. But where is the connection coming from? Arjuna is available to the Lord when he says, "Yat shreyasyat nishchitam bruhi tanme shishyastayam shadimam tam prapannam." I am your disciple, I am surrendered at your feet. Please tell me what is for my highest good. And here also, I think in one of the previous verses, he said the same thing. Two verses before, is it? Where he said it now. I'm not going to go and keep looking. And here the Lord says that this vision can be had only when I grace someone. And there he says, in the next verse he will says, "Na veda yajna dhyanair na danaihi na cha kriyabhir na tapo bhirupai rugraihi evam rupa shakya aham nruloke drashtum tvadanyena kuru pravira. He says, it is only by my grace that this cosmic form can be seen. And if you think, here is giving a cancelling everything. Na Veda, not by study of Vedas, you can get the darshan, get the vision of the cosmic form. Na Yajna, not by any sacrifices or Yajna or fire sacrifices, etc. Then Na Dhyayan, not by meditation. Then Na Danaihi, not by charity. Then Na Kriya, not by any action, etc. etc. And then tapobhihi, not by tapasya or austerity, or intense, ugraihi. Ugra is intense, terrible tapasyas like Ravan did by standing on one leg, contemplating on Brahmaji. He kept cutting his head, and then Brahmaji had to come and give him a boon. None of those exercises, austerities can bring about the vision of the cosmic form. Evam rupa shakya aham nruloke drashtum tvadanyena kuru pravira. In the 48th verse he said that he said that anyone can hold this form or have the vision of this cosmic form in the human world, and nobody can have, because again we have to add the na rupa shakya aham. Nobody can ever see me in the human form, what you have just now seen, and you have seen only because you have been graced by me. Mate vyatha macha vimudha bhavo drishtva rupam ghoramidrungamedam vyapeta bhipritamana punastvam tadeva me rupamidam prapashya. In the 49th verse he says, do not fear or become bewildered by the sight of this awesome form of mine. Shedding fear with a cheerful heart, behold again that human form of mine. Here again he says, don't be stupid, man. Nobody till now has had this vision of cosmic form, of my cosmic form. I have graced you, and you are afraid for nothing. What are you afraid of? When does fear come? When does fear come? I am asking.
Something dangerous.
Dangerous.
Uncertain, unknown.
But what is the, yes, certain, uncertain comes.
Fear of death.
Fear of death. So, what is that fear of death due to? Identification with your form. So, me as Arjuna will no longer be there. I think I am going cuckoo. My mind is going, my body is not able to stand. I am losing the whole plot. And that fear of self-annihilation as an individual, that fear. See? So here Lord is saying, don't be afraid. Give away that fear. What I have shown you is the most auspicious. And therefore, in this, Shankaracharya ji says that when you are moving through the world, here he says that here I show you my form, the Chaturbhuj form, because you are demanded it. But then he also says that with your eyes look at this form, but in your heart keep the cosmic form. This is how we have to move. Because normally what happens? With the eyes I see this form, I get attached to the form, I become a father, a mother, a teacher, a student, whatever. See? Then how does Lord move in the whole world? Shri Krishna. How does he move? He is also seeing all the forms. Mahatmas also see all the forms. How come they don't create an identity for themselves? Something must be different. Their attitude of approach, where they are coming from, how they have programmed the mind. And how do you program the mind? Not by introducing new thoughts, no. You surrender the mind at the feet of the Lord. automatically gets reprogrammed, isn't it? What did you do to program yourself? One moment before your marriage you were a bachelor, next moment after the marriage you were husband. Husband. No training, no what you call programming of the mind. See? No programming. So same way, why do you accept yourself as a husband? Because you are in love with that other person. Because you want to share your life with another person. Here, a devotee surrenders at the feet of the Lord. How does he surrender? By offering his individuality to the Lord. Where is the individuality? In the mind. And that mind he is offering at the feet of the Lord. How do you offer your mind at the feet of the Lord? By remembering the Lord, nothing else. And if you can't understand how do you offer your mind to the Lord, then read chapter 12. That will come next. All we have to do is remember the Lord under all sets of circumstances. So here Krishna Bhagwan is surprised that this fellow, I have shown him a cosmic form and he is telling me that I don't want to see the cosmic form, I want to see your normal form. Bhagwan, kya kar raha hai ye banda? But with a hint of caution and or a hint of advice, he tells him, move around in the world here, seeing my normal form, but don't forget to keep the heart and mind at the back. And Gyaneshwari Maharaj explains how to keep that cosmic form in the back of your mind while the functional mind is interacting the various people with various jobs, with various duties. How to do that? He gave three examples. One was when a cow has gone to pastures to take grass, all the time her attention is on the calf in the cow pen. When can I go and feed that calf? When a bird is flying in the sky looking for food, its attention is always on the chicks in the nest. If you want an experience of that, come to 11 Bolsley. Outside you will see. The moment we go, not we, they are used to us, but when the cat goes, wherever they are, looking for food, within few seconds, they all come and the cat has to run back home with the tail. She comes away. So like that, this ability is there with everyone. And last week we said, whether you are gone to work, whether your children have gone to school, the mother's attention is find out what, why, or what for whom for you are doing all the activities during the day. From morning till evening, for whom are you doing it? Either it is your partner or it is your children. It is not for yourself. It comes after some time, it will come. After you study Bhagavad Gita, then you wean away from the world. Still you will do it for the world, but you will start educating or programming yourself with a new approach as Bhagavad Gita is showing us. And with this, we come to the 50th verse. And here, remember, Bhagavad Gita is going on. First, it is happening on the battlefield between Krishna and Krishna is telling the verses to Arjuna. Second, Sanjay is seeing the comment, the Bhagavad Gita being told by Krishna to Arjuna because he's been given the Divya Drishti, the divine vision, to tell Dhritarashtra whatever is going on the battlefield. So that is the second dialogue going on. He is repeating it again. Third, where is it going? We are telling you and you are listening. See? So here, now, Sanjay Uvacha, इत्यर्जुनं वासुदेवस्थलोक्त्वा स्वकं रूपं दर्शयामास भूयः आश्वासयामास च भीतमेनं भूत्वा पुनः सौम्य वपुर्महात्मा. In the 50th verse, Sanjay, the great, the Gyani, he was a very, very sattvic person. Even though such a sattvic person was there, still our Dhritarashtra, the blind fellow who was addicted to the tamas, the throne, he could not bring about a change in his vision. He chose to remain blind. Sanjay says, Vasudeva, that is Krishna, having spoken thus, revealed again the previous human form to Arjuna, and seeing Partha terribly frightened, he reassured him by resuming his gentle figure, meaning the pleasing figure of the Chaturbhuj. And with this, the Gyaneshwar Maharaj's commentary is, ऐसे वाक्य बोलत खेवो मागुता मनुष्य जाहला देवो हे ना परी नवलावो आवडी चातिये श्री कृष्णची कैवल्य उघडे वरी सर्वस्व विश्वरूपाये वडे हाती दिधले की नावडे अर्जुनासी वस्तु घेऊन निवाळिजे जैसे रत्नासी दूषण ठेविजे नादरी कन्या पाहुनिया म्हणिजे मनान ये हे तया विश्वरूपाये वडी दशा करिता प्रीतीच्या वाढू कैसा सेल दीधलैसे उपदेशा किरीटीसी देवे मोडोनी भांगाराचा रवा लेणे घडिले आपलिया सवा मग नावडे जरी जीवा तरी आटिजे पुढती तैसे शिष्याची प्रीती झाले कृष्णत्व होते ते विश्वरूप केले ते मना नयेची मग आणिले कृष्णपण मागुते. He says that after saying this, the Lord resumed his human form. Jnanadeva says there is nothing in this to wonder at, because Arjuna was fond of that form. Lord Krishna, who was the supreme self incarnate, had vouchsafed his essential being like his cosmic form to Arjuna, but it did not catch his fancy. This was just like discarding a thing after demanding it, or finding fault with a jewel, or turning down a match on the ground that the girl did not attract me. So unbounded was Lord Krishna's love for Arjuna that he lavished upon him his choicest gift, namely the cosmic form. Just as one fashions an ornament out of a gold bar and not liking it melts it, so the Lord assumed his cosmic form out of deep love for Arjuna, and finding that Arjuna did not like it, resumed his human form. Just like the Ugra Kali comes out of you, or Narsimha avatar comes out of the parents, father. For how long? Only for some time. Then again they become normal. You understood what I said? No, I said how the destroyer Kali goddess comes out of a mother when the child is not listening. Like one person was there, he says, oh, I have conquered anger. He is telling, grandfather is boasting to his grandchild. He says, I have conquered anger. The grandchild says, really, Dadaji, you don't get angry? He says, no, I don't get angry. Really, Dadaji, you don't get angry? He says, no, I don't get angry. How did you do this that you don't get angry? No, I don't get angry. Really? Never? For how many years you did not get angry? He says something. He says, for how many more years you will not get angry? He tells him, now also you will not get angry. Now, so many times he is saying it, eventually the anger avatar manifestation comes out of him. So similarly, when there is a demand, normally you don't show the anger form, only under certain circumstances. For just for nothing you are not getting angry, because there is an expectation, because there is fear or there is self-preservation, so the anger comes or the fear comes or the whatever, various emotions. That's why they are coming. But someone has to be there. Something you must be interacting with. It could be the outside world, it could be your own body. You may be happy because you are healthy, you may be sad because you are diseased. It may be because of your own emotions. Oh, I am getting angry, and you become more angry because you're thinking about your anger. See? So something has to be there. For Lord to show cosmic form, there has to be a trigger. Who is that? Arjuna. And why did he show it to Arjuna? Because in the 10th chapter, Arjuna asked Lord Krishna, please tell me, how do I recognize you in this world? You say that you are plentifully manifesting in the whole world. This whole world is yours and this cosmos is so huge. How do I recognize you in this world? My mind keeps going. This is my mummy, this is my daddy, this is my brother, this is my friend, this is my enemy. How do I recognize you? This is a mountain, this is a river. So Krishna Bhagavan tells him quite a few examples. He says, among the mountains, I am the Himalayas. Among the rivers, I am the Gangaji. Among the men, I am Arjuna. Among the rishis, I am the Munis, I am the Kapil Muni. Among the trees, I am the Ashwatha, the banyan tree family. Kalpa Vriksha is from heaven, it is not here. So in this way he was giving examples, and towards the end of 10th chapter, Krishna tells him, if you take millions of lives and I come along with you for all those millions of lives, my specific manifestations will never end. You can keep listening and I'll keep talking. Now what is the consequence of this statement? Arjuna says, is that so? I don't want to wait for so long. Can you, because you say you are the Lord, you are all knowing and all potential, you created the whole creation. That's what he said in the 9th chapter. He says, then is there a way that I can see all your manifestations in one go? I don't want to live for lives after lives listening, even though it's sweet to hear what you are telling me, but is there any way? Is it a possibility that I can experience all your manifestations in one go? The Lord says, okay. And he gives him the third eye, the Divya Drishti, and Arjuna is able to see the cosmic form. But when he sees the cosmic form, first the Lord shows him. Again, the trigger was Arjuna's question. And because he's so much in love with Arjuna, not just merely as a dear friend, because he's his own manifestation. He's very simple, he's straightforward. He walks his talk. There's no, what you call, crookedness in Arjuna. No crookedness. Very straightforward. What you see is what you get. And in this way, this Arjuna, because of the demand of Arjuna, and that was demanded with full faith, full devotion, Krishna Bhagavan shows him. First he shows him very, very nice things in the world, the whole world, and slowly, the terribleness of the universe started from a very pleasing cosmic form to a terrible, and the last part of it was the most terrible form, the destructive form. And when he sees it, he is losing the plot, and therefore everything that we told you before. He says, please come back and show me your normal form. So Gyaneshwari Maharaj says, ha thavari shishyaci nikasi sahate guru ahati kavane deshi parine nize avadi kaishi sanjayo mane magavishwarupa vyapuni bhovate जे दिव्य तेज प्रगटले होते तेथी सामावले मागुते कृष्ण रूपी तये जैसे त्वं पद हे आघवे तत्पदीं समावे अथवा द्रुमाकारु सांठवे बीजकणिके जेवी नातरी स्वप्न संभ्रमु जैसा गिळी चैली जीवदशा श्री कृष्णे योगुहा तैसा संहारिला तो जैसी प्रभाहार पली बिंबी की जळद संपत्ती वभी नाना भरते सिंधु गर्भी रिगाले राया. He says, where can one find a spiritual master who bears with his disciple and caters to his ardent desire? One cannot fathom this deep love of Krishna for Arjuna. Normally, what is the relationship between a teacher and a disciple and a devotee and a lord? What is the difference between the two? You may consider your teacher to be a God. Now, some of the people, they put their teachers' photographs, they put teachers' statues, and they consider that God. So, what is the difference between the relationship between teacher and disciple and Lord and devotee? Between the Lord and devotee, the devotee surrenders himself to the Lord, and whatever the demands of the devotee, the Lord will change himself to satisfy the demands of the devotee. And what is the difference between, what is the relationship between Guru and disciple? The Guru doesn't change. Guru remains firm. The disciple has to change himself in order to find the Guru within his heart. Isn't it? That is the difference. Guru doesn't change. Guru will keep creating situations so that the disciple, sometimes he may become angry, he may become frustrated with the Guru also, but that is all a treatment for the disciple. But where it is a question of Lord and the devotee, the Lord changes. He says, because it's a relationship of love. Between Guru and disciple, it is love. But Guru is strict. Just like you have to chisel off the coal in order to bring the diamond out, the Guru is doing that job. Krishna Bhagavan doesn't do that with his devotees. He graces them. So, one cannot fathom this deep love of Lord Krishna for Arjuna. And it is reciprocative. It's directly proportional. We feel when we are looking at Arjuna is surrendering to the Lord is also surrendered to Arjuna. But is Lord surrendering to Arjuna or available to Arjuna because Arjuna is surrendering to him? Or is the Lord's grace, love ever present all the time for everyone all the time? It is all the time, isn't it? But we have to tap into it. For whole life, Krishna did not tap into the love of Krishna. Arjuna did not tap into the love of Krishna. He never asked him a question. In this chapter only, before it came, when he is looking at the cosmic form, he is so terrified. He says, "Oh Lord, please excuse me, okay? I made so many mistakes. I took the Mickey out of you. I slept on your bed. And while sleeping, I used to put my feet on your body. And when you were eating food, we used to eat food. I used to eat from your food plate, and I will not leave anything for you. And I used to show you down in front of other people. And he says, I'm sorry. I will never do this again." See, he remembers. Not only he remembers the grace that Lord is giving, showering on him, but he also remembers his shortcomings. This is all happens once you start taking the name of the Lord. You become aware of your shortcomings, where you have gone wrong. And then sometimes where you have gone really wrong, and in your life, when you are on the seat of meditation, the tears start coming out. You say, why did I do that? Why should not have done that? But that time, rather than delve in what has already happened and gone and nothing can be done about it, at that time, remember, even this thought I offer at the feet of the Lord. That is the way. Don't hold on to it. The more you hold on to anything, that much, for that much longer, you are away from the Lord. Our main theme is, in the mind, to be with the Lord, not to be away from Him. He then withdrew his divine luster which had flooded the world and condensed it in the human form. Just as all living creatures are merged in the absolute, or the entire tree is stored in the seed, or the dream vanishes in the waking state, so Lord Krishna compressed his cosmic form in his incarnate form. See? Just like an actor, he puts on everything. He is a human being, he is a person. He is having a wife, a child, or whatever, but he has to play a role of Lord Ram on the stage. Ram Leela is going on. He has to dress up. He has to invoke that feeling that he is Ram, and he has to do it so realistically. And how will that realism express out of him when he is absolutely in tune with the role that he has to do, isn't it? And we all clap. And when the scene is over, he goes back, acha bhai bidi lao zara. He will have his cigarette at the back. Again pant, shirt, and he goes out. But when he is on the stage, he brings out that role. Because the trigger there is, the people have come and I have to do my best. The Lord also. Like that, he has manifested his cosmic form and again unmanifests his cosmic form. Just as all living creatures are merged in the absolute, or the entire tree is stored in the seed, or a dream vanishes in the waking state, so Lord Krishna compressed his cosmic form in his incarnated form. It was as though the sun's effulgence was absorbed in the sun's disk, or the cloud was merged in the sky, or as the tide subsided into the sea. You know, a good example is coming to my mind. And that example is not these TVs, the old TVs, you know, the analog TVs. When you used to start, what used to happen? First a dot will appear, and then boom, first few lines, and then suddenly the form will come. Or you have to keep adjusting and get the right, and then it will come. And then when you put off, then what happens? All the light from the screen used to condense into one point, and then it will vanish, isn't it? Exactly like that. Exactly like that. The Lord has presented his cosmic form and then unmanifested his cosmic form. हो काजे कृष्णाकृतीची मोडी होती विश्वरूप पटाची घडी ते अर्जुनाची आवडी उकलूनी दाविली तव परिमाणा रंगू तेने देखिले साविया चांगू तेत ग्राहकिये नवेची लागू म्हणवनी घडी केली पुढती तैसे वाढीचेनी बहुवसपणे रूपे विश्व जिंतिले जेणे ते सौम्य कोडी सवाणे साकार जाहले किंबहुना अनंते धरिले धाकुटपणा मागुते परि अश्वासिले पार्थाते विहालियासी जो स्वप्नी स्वर्गा गेला तो अवसात जैसा चैला तैसा विस्मयो जाहला किरीटिसी. He says, the Lord who had folded his cosmic form in the figure of Krishna. See another example that you are all experiencing. Anything told in Bhagavad Gita, nothing is told in Bhagavad Gita which you are already not experiencing. Every sadhana, every vision, every technique is already taking place in you. By studying of Bhagavad Gita, what happens? you learn to reinterpret your experiences of life. Right now, your experience of life makes you joyful, sorrowful, you lose the plot, get into depression, get excited, etc., etc. And you think, oh, without this it's not possible for me to live, this world is too difficult or too big, or it's out of my control, my mind is out of my control, my body is out of my control, my life is out of my control. This is what happens. But when you study Bhagavad Gita and reinterpret your daily experience, you come to realize, Arey Baba, nothing is out of my control. I am the master. I was wrongly interpreting the events of my life. So here, when you take this cosmic form subjectively, you see, I'll give you, imagine you are, not imagine why, you go to sleep every day, you wake up every day, isn't it? Does the dream come out from out there somewhere into your mind? Your mind only becomes everything in the dream experience, isn't it? The mind becomes the space, air, fire, water, earth, mountains, rivers, trees, animals, insects, past, present, future, time, young age, old age, birth, death. Everything that you are seeing in the dream is nothing but your mind. Your mind has multiplied into everything, cosmic form. Cosmic form at an individual level. Then where does it go? The moment you wake up, it goes back into its source. Where it came from the mind. Where did it go? Back into the mind. How does it go into the mind? It happens so fast that you can't remember. But then, how does it go back? I will show you. Life will, your experience of a day will show you. In the daytime, you think you are in this world, the whole world is so big, this, that, as I told you before. But when you are going to sleep, where does the whole world go? Just like that, all the space, air, fire, water, earth, seasons, people, trees, rivers, everything that was coming on the screen of the TV, when you put it off, where did it all go? Goes back into its source. The moment you go to sleep, this whole world, it goes back to its source. What is the source? That's the question to be asked now. Is the source outside or is the source inside? Where is it? In the dream, when I just now told you, the whole dream world was made out of your mind. And you are, can you give it the benefit of the doubt? Yes, it is in the mind, it did not come from outside. So is true about the waking world also. But right now that is not our experience. Right now our experience is we are a part of this world. Isn't it? The dreamer also thinks that he is a part of the dream world. Only when he wakes up, then he realizes, yeah, a dream was only a manifestation in the mind and then it became unmanifested. Isn't it? But while dreaming, you cannot think like this. You have to wake up from the dream. See? And therefore this sadhana comes. In the waking state, which is a sattvic state, which compared to dream, which is a rajasic or deep sleep, which is tamasic. In this sattvic state, how to function in life? Put attention on whatever you have to put in the world, and it is automatic. You like it or not, a response will come out of you. You stand in front of the mirror, automatically face will get reflected. And you are making an ugly face and you want to see a beautiful you. It is not possible. No, where is me? Where is the real me? Where is the real me? You are asking the mirror. Mirror says, man, what you are showing me, I am showing you. I cannot show you anything else other than what you present in front of me, isn't it? Exactly the same thing happens in this world also. What is your base? What is your premise? What are the attitudes? What are the dispositions the preformed notions, how you have programmed your mind. What impressions you are carrying, what take on life you are carrying in your mind. And when you, with that take, you move out in the world, with that take, why is this happening to me, poor? Whatever is your subconscious impression, whatever your deep fears, they will manifest out there in the world. Your deep faith, that will also manifest out there in the world. Your anxieties, if you are having anxieties, if you are feeling insecure, if you are feeling successful, all that will manifest out there, because that is the mirror of your mind. It's not anything else. See? So Krishna Bhagavan says, keep your attention on the outside world, but in the background, keep the cosmic form and move around in this world. That this whole thing, imagine, yesterday only this thought came. Just take the position of the space. You can see the cosmic space. Total space is there outside in the world. In this total space, you can't see from where it begins and where it ends. But there is space. And in that space, the entire universe is there. All the galaxies, all the planets, zillions and zillions of suns. We only know life on Earth. Imagine so many other billions of planets must be having some life or the other. It is not possible that there is no other life anywhere else. How? And everything has come from space. Tattva Bodh and Atma Bodh explain. From the space came fire, from the space came air, from the air came fire, from the fire came water, from the water came earth. From the earth came plants, and then all the species, if you want to take it sequentially. So space is the original. Out in it, or because of it, all other elements were possible. Now think, our meditation is, how will the space be looking at the entire universe? He'll be tickling as the planets are moving around and the earth is, there is a solar flare, baap re baap. क्या हो गया? लिवर में पेन हो रहा है. What will be the experience of the space with regards to the total universe that is present, that is existing in the womb of the space? Because without space the whole universe cannot exist. What will be its experience? And everything in this universe is made from the original material called space. What will be its experience? That is what Krishna Bhagavan has shown to Arjuna. That is what Krishna Bhagavan is telling Arjuna, move around in the world, but doing what? Suppose he asks me a question, automatically the answer will come based upon whatever knowledge I have gained in my life. And it will be in response to the question that he asks, or you ask, or whatever. So let the answer come, let the response happen, just like the mirror reflects. Mirror is not thinking, acha, yaar, ye to yesterday he broke me, today I'll put a new tape and everything. Today he is coming with a very angry mood. I think I'll show him his pleasing form. Mirror doesn't say that. So let your mind respond to the world the way it has to. It will, some response will be there. But you keep a large part of your mind attentive on the total picture. When your attention is on the total picture, these small events, what are the small events? That I was born, that one day I will die, that I am hungry or not hungry, that the sandwiches are too expensive nowadays. I should not drink cold drinks or I should drink fresh juices, marriage, children, all these become insignificant when your attention is on the total. Think, when does a person become a problem? As a bachelor you are happy, मटर कश्ती करते घूमते थे, शादी के बाद प्रॉब्लम शुरू हो गई. क्यों? You got identified. So who has become problematic? You became problem. Was the problem yours as a woman or a man, or the husband was having the problems? Who was having the problem? Eh? The role that you have imagined yourself to be, that I am a husband or a wife or a son or a daughter or a teacher or a student, that role is having a problem. You are not having a problem. And that role has come about in your mind because your mind has got so deeply involved and identified with a particular person or a thing. If someone says, Swamiji, this camera is very good, and you keep saying giving should be the motto of life, I am taking the photo camera with the phone. You should not take, you should give. I am taking. But I did not give. How can you take? Huh? Because, immediately, how will I record tomorrow's talk? It's a present given to be my sister and it is having emotional value, blah, 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 blah. And yet that's Shirdi Sai Baba. He tells one mother, please go, I am so hungry. Today you didn't ask me for food. So many days you have been saying you will cook, you will cook, you will cook, and you are not cooked. Go and make me some nice food. She goes, spends 1 hour, makes puri, bhaji, khichdi, patla, everything she brings. And the moment she brings, he is sitting there, and one dog comes looking at, he smells the food and he comes there. And he takes the plate from that mother and gives it to the dog. And dog eats the food very relishingly. And the mother becomes very angry. Insult. You made me work for 1 hour so that you could give the food to the dog. That's all identification can bring about. Where is Shirdi Sai Baba? His attention. His attention is, the whole cosmos is me. Like Krishna, he is showing the whole cosmos, Shirdi Sai Baba and other great masters. Whole cosmos I am. Then if one person's hunger in this cosmos is satisfied, he is not other. The whole cosmos, my hunger is also satisfied. See, that is their take on life. And this doesn't happen. It may happen in one go. If the grace is there, Arjuna lost the chance. How beautiful. In that one few verses, this is all that comes out of it. The Lord, who had folded his cosmic form in the figure of Krishna, unfolded it in order to please Arjuna. But when Arjuna, the customer, did not approve of the color and texture and the length and breadth of the cloth unrolled before him, he folded it again. Then the cosmic form which had enveloped the world by its vastness and grandeur appeared as a gentle and handsome human figure. In short, the infinite took a finite form in order to reassure panic-stricken Arjuna. Arjuna was dazed like one who suddenly awoke from a dream of his visit to heaven. This is how sometimes a fantastic vision in the dream wakes us up. Sometimes a very horrible dream wakes us up, isn't it? And you all must have experienced. Sometimes you are absolutely sweating when you wake up because that fear of our annihilation, that has broken the dream and we have woken up only to realize that it was just a figment of imagination of the mind. After 2-3 minutes, if I ask you what was the dream, you can't tell me what happened there, isn't it? Most of the dreams we can't remember after a few seconds. Then where is the problem? problem is, why do we not surrender ourselves to the Lord? Why does Arjuna doesn't surrender to the Lord completely? Why we take the name of the Lord, but only to certain level? We have to have a balance in life. I have to do my duties. I have got responsibilities. I have to pay the loan. I have to bring my children up. All these excuses. Is it? Then why every night when you go to sleep, you forget about all your duties? You should work 24 hours. Why do you forget? Why do you allow all those duties, relationships, emotions, responsibilities to vanish and allow yourself, your mind and your being to be surrendered to something unknown which is called sleep? Sleep is a zero mind, isn't it? Nobody knows what it is. But every day you do that. Why do you do that, you know? You can say, oh, it is involuntarily, the sleep comes. But you allow your mind to go to rest. Yes, first thing is to rejuvenate. But more importantly, because you know tomorrow morning you will wake up. And you are ready to let go of the whole world as you know it today, because you know when you wake up it will still be there. This assurance by repeated experiences from childhood till today gives a, yaar, chalo sone chalte hain. Tomorrow the bed will be there, the husband will be on the side, the children will be there. Suddenly the child who is 10 years old will not become 50-year-old and I will remain young. Nothing like that. No surprises. Every day is the same repetition. Even though there is no repetition, yet it's moving so slowly that you feel you are the same person who were yesterday, and when you wake up tomorrow, you are still the same person. Acha, so this is the trap. Is it a trap or is it a good thing? But what is its connection with the surrendering to the Lord? Oh, now you are talking. If you surrender to the Lord, you will not wake up. When you wake up, if you surrender to the Lord and you then come to, then duty is gone, relationships gone, responsibilities gone, body gone, mind gone. It's scary. Therefore, I will pray to the Lord only to an extent, as long as I am in control, as long as my comfort is not disturbed. And what is my comfort? Every morning when I wake up, everything should be the same. This is our comfort zone. See what trap we have created for ourselves. And we have to get out of this. To get out of this by your own thinking, it is not possible. But that's the only tool we have to think. We can't do anything else. Then what do? You think about someone who has the capacity to grace you with a different vision. And that is the Lord. पल्ले पड़ा है ना मजेदार चीज, the whole unfoldment of this thought. Arjuna was dazed like one who suddenly awoke from a dream of his visit to heaven. It was some fantastic experience. Just like you have woken up from a dream, he also feels it is a dream. Yes, it is like that. Then continuing, where are we? Here. Natari Guru Krupe Save वो सरले या प्रपंच ज्ञान आघवे सुरे तत्वते भी पांडवे श्री मूर्ति देखिली तया पांडवा ऐसे चित्ती आढ विश्वरूपाची जवनिका हेती होती होती ते फिटोनी गेली परोती हे भले जाहले काय काळा ते जिणोनी आला की महावातूसा मागा सांडिला आपुलिया वाही उतरला सातही सिंधू ऐसा संतोष बहुचित्ते घेई जत असे पंडुसुते विश्वरूपा पाठी कृष्णांते देखोनिया मग सूर्याची या अस्तमानी मागुती तारा जग उगवती गगनी तैसी तैसी देखो लागला अवनी लोकांसहित पाहे तव तेची कुरुक्षेत्र तैसेची देखे दोही भागी गोत्र वीरवर्षताती स्तास्त्र संघाटवरी तया बाणाची या मांडवा आतू तैसाची रथु देखे निवांतू धुरे बैसला लक्ष्मीकांतू आपण तळी. Just as with the Guru's grace all worldly knowledge vanishes, giving place to the experience of Brahman, which is the reality, this is the Paramatma, such was the state of Arjuna when he beheld the human form of the Lord. Because he was terrified of that previous experience. He feels he has come back to his norm. Arjuna's mind also has shed all the fear the moment it looks at that manifested form of the Lord as the four-armed Lord. At that time, his heart rejoiced that the curtain of the cosmic form was drawn back to reveal his human form. At the sight of this form, Arjuna felt immense relief, as if he had scored a victory over death, or had escaped unscathed from a hurricane, or had swam across the seven seas, paddling with his arms. Then he saw the earth peopled with its inhabitants like the stars which slowly come into view after sunset. Just half an hour, 45 minutes ago, we could not have seen any stars. Now, slowly, one here, one there. Why? What is happening to Arjuna? His mind is coming back to normal. Same thing happens every morning also. When you wake up, the whole world is not available to you. When you wake up, first thing, I am. Second thing, oh, I am in my bed. Third thing, what is the time? Arey, train miss ho jayegi. Bhago. Then breakfast, then children, then this, then that. You don't think about your work straight away, or your colleagues, or anything. What is happening in the world? No, slowly the world enters into your mind. And it's not correct to say that the world enters into your mind. The mind becomes aware of the world. Some people, even they go to office, still they are not woken up. They are still in that tandoori. So like that, the whole world became available. See, same thing happens when we become angry also. We lose the whole picture. Sometimes we become blind. That term is, blind with anger. But then when that anger subsides, slowly everything becomes clear. When he cast his eyes around, he saw the same Kurukshetra where the same kinsmen arrayed in both the armies were hurling weapons at one another. They were not hurling, they were ready to hurl weapons at each other. He also saw his chariot standing at the same place under the canopy of arrows hurled by them. Lord Krishna seated in front and himself sitting down on the chariot. So he got the whole, now this was a comfortable scene for him. That fantastic vision was too much for him, for his mind to handle. And this is true also, because sometimes what happens, those people who are suddenly want to become spiritual, they go to certain masters, so they say instant enlightenment. Guaranteed. And they go, and they do, They force the energy, they force the Mooladhar, they force the energy through their spine to come to the Sahasrar, the Kundalini Abhyas. Without any purification, sheer willpower. You can, no doubt. But in that, the possibilities of permanently damaging yourself is very high. Very high. If he is there or I am there, if I go to a gym, I go, "Arey yaar, ye to only 1 kg is nothing." I go, no, someone challenges me, "Hey, can you do this?" Yes, I can. And maybe I can carry 200 kg for 5-10 inches. Maybe. And I put all my strength in one go, I can. Maybe I'll stand, pick it up also. But I won't have energy to put it down. Then where will it fall? On top of me. I'll damage. And in that extreme exertion with which I have been able to lift that great weight, even if I am able to bring it down, my body will be out of whack. The muscles will tear. The bones may crush by the sheer weight. I'll damage myself. Same thing happens with the inner Kundalini also. Same thing has happened to Arjuna also. See? So one must be careful. Let it be gentle unfoldment. Don't force anything in your life. Allow the life to be lived through you. You don't go and live the life. Allow it to be lived. And where is it living through you? Through your mind. You are watching. There has never been a time that you have become anything. It is not possible. Throughout your life you have been a witness. That's why you are able to talk about every experience of your life. Past. All the experiences. See? That's why you are able to talk. I can talk about someone who is separate to me. He is separate to me, therefore I can talk about you. Today I come to know you, I can talk about you. Because you are separate. We can talk about something or someone that is not me. That is not me. So, do we talk about the world? Yes. Do we talk about the body? Yes. Do you know your body? Yes. Who knows the body? Can the body know the body? No. Then the knower of the body must be other than the body. That is why that fellow is able to talk about the body. Body must be separate to me. I am witnessing that there is a body. Sometimes it is comfortable, sometimes uncomfortable. Sometimes healthy, sometimes diseased. Sometimes whatever it goes through. Similarly, do I know there is breath going in and out? Yes. Then I cannot be the breath. Breath is only at the nose level. It is just keeping the body going. But I am watching the breath come in and go. Therefore, I, the seer, is not the seen. I am seeing you. I am not you. Isn't it? That is the rule. Then if it is the rule in the outside world, why the same rule is not applied on yourself? No. How can they? You apply. You have to be ruthless. And that is the correct way of analyzing everything. If I am seeing you, I am not you, then I am seeing the body, I am not the body. Same rule must apply. I am seeing the breath, I am not the breath. I am seeing my emotions come and go. That means I am not the emotions also. Then all the concepts, childhood, youth, teenage, middle age, old age, whatever comes, all the concepts that I am a woman, I am a man, I am married, I am unmarried, I am a mother, I am not a mother, all these ideas, all these convictions, all these doubts that come in the mind. Do you know? Yes. Then I cannot be them. Allow them to express. You should not stop. But don't identify with them and become miserable or excited. Samatvam yoga uchyate. See? This is the art of living. The Gita, the Krishna way. be the perfect actor on the stage. But actor also knows that he is really someone else. He also, his dialogue delivery and his actions, his emotions on the stage are according to what the director has told him. He cannot change the dialogue and show a different emotion on the stage. Then he'll get tomatoes and eggs from the audience, isn't it? What are you getting in life? Tomatoes and eggs? Or praise. Look at the best mother, look at the best father, look at the best friend, look at the best student, look at the best teacher, look at the best colleague. Always positive. Are you that person who is excelling in every role that life presents to you? Or you get eggs and tomatoes? People avoid you. Touch me not. Somewhere something is wrong then. You have to correct. And where is wrong? Our take on life is wrong. We are too world focused. We have to be Lord focused or self focused. One of the two. It means the same. And your whole overhauling of your personality will come about. Not because you are going to change your personality. No, the more you contemplate and think about the way I told you, if I'm seeing the body, then I'm not the body. I'm seeing the thoughts coming in my mind, come and go, then I cannot be the thoughts. Take a cup of tea, sit down somewhere, contemplate what does this signify? What is the impact of this statement? I have been living a lie throughout my life. Then who am I really? Good question. If I'm not the body, I'm not the breath, I'm not the mind, I'm not the intellect, then who am I really? And there will be shorts. If you think too much, more than it is required, there will be short circuit. It will heat up. Oh my God! And that frustration of not finding the solution will present itself when you are interacting with the people. People will say, "What happened to you, man? Why are you behaving like this? Why are you so irritable? What's gone wrong in your life?" But this question must be asked and must have patience for that answer to be revealed. Answer, you cannot create the answer, you cannot learn the answer, you cannot listen to someone and find the answer. You cannot read it in the books and find the answer. It must come from within. And who is that from within? Pata nahi kitna time lag jayega. Okay, if you are so addicted to thinking, then think about Lord. Lord will reveal it. Lord will reveal it. See?
Half the life we are trained to get into a role.
Everything
Then once we are sick, tired of it and not happy, then we try to unlearn whatever we learned and
Right.
assume wrong.
So I was trained to be a good son. My mother. Good son. She had so many expectations. I became a sannyasi. See? But being a sannyasi, still I am a son. In my eyes, I know that I am a son of hers. But I don't allow it to stop me from being who I really am. You play the role perfectly. Whatever the role life presents you. Right now I'm teaching, I'm a teacher. I have to play the role perfectly. Now if I start thinking that, oh, I am a son, then I am mixing two things together. I'm mixing two things together. Then how can, as a teacher, I can speak freely without any encumbrances, without holding back that I am going to hurt someone, or I want recognition from all of you or praise from all of you. No. Then how is it that I'm going to how this equipment is going to perform the best for 1.5 hours that we have here. How? Not by my thinking, not by my will. I can perform with willpower, I can do it few times, but afterwards I'll get exhausted. After few classes, after few months, after few years, I said, "Arey yaar, I should have lived some other life, not given the lecture, become a teacher, because it's too much responsibility." Or if I am thinking that I am doing all this, then nobody has changed till now. What am I trying? And I'll get frustrated because nobody listens. They still do what they have to do. I'm just making a general statement. Then what should be my disposition as a teacher? That I must say fearlessly everything that comes out while remembering the Lord within my heart. See that every expression that is coming out, every explanation that is coming out, I'm not thinking about if it hurts someone, if it excites someone, if it is difficult for someone or easy, I should make it easy. No. At this moment, what is coming out, let it come out. You watch. I'm watching. In that way, whose responsibility is it? His. What are you doing? I'm watching. Take no responsibility. That is the smart way of living life. But our problem is, I am a mother, I take the responsibility. I am a teacher, I take the responsibility. I am a student, I take the responsibility. I am a citizen, I take the responsibility. They must be carried out. But as an offering to the divine, in the remembrance of the divine. It's a knack, and it will take some time. You are doing it, but what we are showing you here is that even though it is taking place in you, Bhagavad Gita is giving us, showing us to recognize that you are already doing it, but unnecessarily getting attached somewhere or with someone or with something and losing the total plot. It's a grand drama going on. Cosmic vision is the grand drama. Creation is also going on, maintenance is going on, destruction is going on all the time. It is not that now the seed has been sown, after 2 weeks the shoot and the root will come out, then another 10 years, then the tree will come, then another 2-3 years, then the fruit will come. Baap re, tab tak to main buddha ho jaunga. No. He is giving you the vision that everything, creation, maintenance, destruction, everything that you can imagine or conceive of is happening at this moment. And that vision can be provided to you by the Lord. For that, what do you have to do? You have to think of Him. Or as I gave you that example, what would be the experience of the space when it is looking at the entire universe? What will be the take of waters when they look at all the waves? What will be the take of water? We see the ocean, we see the waves. A wave says, I want to become one with the waters. What will the water say? Does it become less because a wave is created? Or does it become happy because the wave has merged back into the water? No. Before the wave, the water was. During the wave, the water was. After the wave, the water still is. So, there is a creation-less creation and a destruction-less destruction taking place all the time. Understand. This is not, you can't understand. And this is not just for the wave. So is, imagine yourself a wave and the total creation, total divinity. The water frozen in time becomes ice. Ice says, my God, I need to become one with my nature. We have become frozen in time. That pure reality, because of identification, has taken up a form. And now it is searching, I want to go back to my source. We are already that. That ice block is also nothing but H2O, water, but frozen. Consciousness frozen in time, space, objectivity is called body. See? So don't take anything in this life too seriously. Everything that is coming in our life to us is for our growth. We need to experience that. No challenge or no difficulty comes to us if we are not ready to handle it. If we do not have the ability to handle it, it will not be presented to you. It is only presented because we are ready. What is the challenge of a small child? Someone takes his toys away. That is his challenge, isn't it? What is the challenge of a child? I want to learn to walk like my dad and mom. And it's continuous practice of building up the muscles. Involuntarily it is happening. He's not able to even form the thoughts. He's just looking at everyone around and he also wants to walk. That is his challenge. Do you have that challenge as a grown-up? No. You don't have that challenge. So what is your challenge now? To repay the loan, to manage the husband or the wife, to take care of the children. Those are your challenges. You don't have the challenge of, oh no, yaar, I have been sleeping all night. Will I remember how to walk in the morning? You don't have this challenge. So whatever challenge life presents in front of us, difficulties life presents in front of us, is directly proportional to your ability to handle it. See? I saw one video of one person. He was in an accident or some disease happened to him and his arms cut from here, and the legs cut from here and here. Lost. At the hospital, he's lying in the bed. After the surgery and everything, he woke up because he was in anesthesia. When he came out of it, this is what people tell, that even if your arm is cut, you feel you have a complete arm initially. You feel you have a complete arm, you feel you have a complete leg. And he went to scratch himself somewhere, but there's nothing coming. He feels that he has a hand, but nothing is moving. And by the time he sussed it out, why it is not happening, why my hand is not moving, then he realized there are no arms. Then he wanted to scratch himself with the leg. Again, legs are not there. Big shock. Went into complete silence, did not talk to anyone for 1 or 2 days. But in that 2 days, he was processing. What? Am I going to be depressed for the rest of my life? Am I going to be dependent for the rest of my life on everyone? What can I do with this body? I've got no arms and no legs. And instead of giving in to that negative emotion, self-pity, chapter 1 of Arjuna is about self-pity. Sorry, chapter 1 of Arjuna, not Arjuna, of Bhagavad Gita, is about self-pity. He did, and he's still alive. You can see him on, I don't know the name, but you can find out. It is a TEDx talk, yes. And he's Australian. And he rediscovered himself in that 2 days or few hours, what he went into himself, and he made a deep promise to himself that I'm never ever going to complain about myself, about my body, about my inability, about my drawback, inability to do things in life. No, I'm going to take one step at a time and become independent. Today he drives a car, he goes everywhere, and he's a motivational speaker throughout the world. Makes hundreds of $1,000 for one talk he gets. And he goes, and nobody brings him. He only on the stumps, only, not even till here. His legs are only till here. He swims, he drives car, and he comes like that, and he comes on the stage. Somehow he gets up on the stool, and from there he sits and gives the talk. Amazing. And we are worried about, I did not get my bed to sleep today. I did not get my favorite drink. You see? Why the talk is going on for extra 5 minutes. That is our problem. It is not. It's still 10 minutes. Don't worry. She checked. She took the bait.
That's not behind. Just 10 minutes clear.
10 minutes behind. Think about it. Put yourself into his mind, into his body, and imagine what he must be feeling. One lady from just now I saw, she went to the, what do you call it, disabled Olympics happened. This one lady from India. She's you must have seen.
Olympics.
Someone sent a WhatsApp thing. She lost her legs, but she did not give in. And what she became the gold medalist in shot put. She's married. She has children. After her legs were cut. After she lost her legs. What is your attitude, man, in life? Are you going to give up for self-pity and have a defeatist attitude because of some event in life? Because health is bad, पता नहीं कहाँ से आ गया, ये दर्द ही नहीं जाता, इतने साल हो गए, सब डॉक्टर को दिखा दिया, नहीं जाता. How many times will you talk about that pain? Come on, continue living, man. So it's all about what your take on life is. Are you depending on others for your happiness? Then you can never be happy. If you are self-sufficient to invoke the joy, that your nature is made up of joy. You are Satchidanand Swarup. So now our Kathopanishad, not Kathopanishad, I think, not Kathopanishad, some Upanishad. I can't remember the names of the scriptures. Or Vivekananda, he used to quote it often. Uttishta Jagrata. Wake up, arise. Stop not till you reach the goal. And what is your goal? To be happy under all circumstances in life. That is your goal. When you make that decision in your life, the whole world will be miserable, but you will be happy. Easier said, but it's step by step, slowly, small things. Remember not to go into, like Arjuna has gone. Oh, please take this cosmic form out. I want to see your normal form. Because he's out of his comfort zone. But when has there been a time that you have always continuously 24 hours a day been in your comfort zone? Never. Never. You have learned to cope with all the small things. But little bit something untoward comes in, suddenly you go back into a discomfort. So this is about this. What Krishna Bhagavan is telling here is that as long as you can be at peace, not because of your choice. You can be at peace, you can be immortal, you can be ever in bliss because I grace you with that. And how do you get to that point? by surrendering and contemplating and thinking about the Lord, pondering over the Lord continuously in and through all your activity. You are eating, eat. Yes, you are eating, you have to pick up the food. But your attention should be that grateful to the Lord. Lord, you are within me, you are outside of me, you are eating yourself. Thank you very much. Brahmarpanam Brahmavi Brahmanahotam. Lord eating himself. Because there is nothing in this creation which is outside the Lord. That is what the cosmic form was about. It was overwhelming for Arjuna. And in this way, when he cast his eyes around, he saw the same Kurukshetra where the same kinsmen arrayed in both the armies were. We saw that, isn't it? Now, that was 2 verses by Sanjay to Dhritarashtra, recapping the whole thing. And now, again, Arjuna Uvacha, we'll just read it. How big is it? Arjuna Uvacha. दृष्ट्वेदं मानुषं रूपं तव सौम्यं जनार्दन इदानीमस्मि संवृत्तः सचेता प्रकृतिं गतः. He says, Arjuna says, seeing again this gentle form of yours, O oppressor of foes, I have now come to my senses and restored to my normal state. Normal form. When we are in a dream, we see something terrible, a nightmare, we wake up, we are sweating, heart is beating very fast. But within few seconds, same TV, same clock, same bed, everything is familiar. Immediately everything calms down, isn't it? You must have all experienced. This is one example. Another example, you are going in your car and involuntarily it happens. At that moment, you go into a shock. I hit him, my God. Should I go on the side of the road? Should I stop in the middle of the road? What will happen? Is he going to come out and scream at me? Or you just thinking of, you start sweating there and then. It may not have happened to you, but it has happened to me. But then after some time, the person comes. Oh, I'm sorry, I can understand this happens, it's raining and it's all. Suddenly you say, nicely this person is talking to me. Suddenly everything comes back to normal. See? Same way this Arjuna is also. First he was seeing all that terrible, now he is seeing what is familiar. So he comes to, we will look at it in our next class. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Just sit quietly for a minute.